Welcome to UNCAGED, a show that celebrates thought leadership from today's top business leaders. The program provides a voice to amazing executives from around the globe who are shaping the world of business today and mapping the path to the commerce of tomorrow. I'm excited to have Tom Finn on the show today. Hey, Tom, how are you?
Ben, I'm doing great. Great to be with you.
It's great to have you. And Tom is the co-founder and CEO of LeggUP. LeggUP is a very, very innovative new solution. It's a professional coaching and employee well-being platform. And I'll let Tom go into more detail of what is included in this well-being platform. But before we get there, Tom, tell us a little bit about yourself and your career to date.
Yeah, Ben, well, thanks for having me on. Great to be with you. My background stems from the always sexy insurance business, which nobody grows up and says, I want to be in insurance. But I went into group benefits out of college and grew my career on the healthcare side, both in ancillary benefits and on the medical side, and worked for some of the blues in the organization, and then worked for Aetna and ran a region for them. So that all will come into play when we start to talk about where I am today and the products and services that we're building and creating for employers.
Yeah, so I know that we are a client of LeggUP, and I'm excited for you to tell everyone about what you are working on. So tell us a little bit more about the business.
Sure, I'd be happy to. Our minds and our bodies, they're connected. They're intrinsically connected. And I think for far too long, we've had sort of a one-dimensional look at physical health. And people have forgotten that mental health is so important until recently. And so what we took the opportunity to do is really look at how organizations support their people. And there's a couple of things going on. Number one, we all want high-performing organizations. We want our teams to feel empowered. We want to promote the right performance within our organization. But it starts between the ears. And if you don't have the right mental health, if you don't have the right support in your career, it's really hard to get the best performance, even out of your best people. And so we created a product that we call talent insurance. And talent insurance is the combination of preventative mental health as well as key performance for employees. We do that in a couple of different ways. We first identify that there's data-driven science that's needed to be able to do anything within our population. So we start with assessments, and we take every employee through the company through an assessment. And we really identify what their productivity strengths are and what their well-being strengths are. That gives us a baseline to really understand the population. Then everybody in the company goes through personalized coaching. We match every employee to a coach around the world that matches their learning style. So we get the most out of this because people are matched to somebody that really learns the same way that they do. And then third, and what we hear from our customers they love, is we've got a ton of people analytics now. So we can really dig into how is the organization really functioning? How are people doing in the dimensions of productivity and well-being that all ties back to their mental health and their performance in the company?
That's great. I see how all of those things touch upon many of the issues that all businesses are facing. I'd say probably society in general is facing. But over this last couple of years, I'd just be curious to see how you're seeing this as being part of perhaps a solution that can support some of those mental issues that I've experienced on a family basis, and I've seen professionally, really driven heavily by COVID. I can see this as being a powerful tool. Are there any really key examples that you guys are working on where you're seeing LeggUP play a key role?
Yeah, look, I think it goes back to combining the product into one product suite. Let me explain what I mean. For an employee, there are going to be times in their career where they are high performing and they need performance support because they're going to be your best manager, your best leader, your best regional lead, your best international lead, whatever it might be. And they need somebody to walk them through how to execute and how to support them in their growth.
Mhm.
That same person is going to have low moments. They're going to have moments where they're struggling with their mental health. And so what we've gone and done is we've combined not only the coaching for performance, but we've built in areas of anxiety, depression,
Yeah.
stress, sleeplessness,
Yeah.
and combining that into one product allows an employee to have the flexibility to feel the way they feel,
Yeah.
right? They're
Well,
allowed to
I see
feel.
the combination as being really effective. I mean, throughout my career, I've had various bosses as well as been a boss myself where we've applied various tools like the Myers-Briggs type of stuff to, and there's obviously several iterations of those types of tools to get a sense of who your colleagues are and how you can work better together from a kind of an assessment approach. And then I've seen a lot of coaching obviously applied kind of on that leadership level, but I love this idea of kind of bringing those elements together and then really spreading it through the organization. That's really quite innovative.
Well, you hit the nail on the head. What a lot of companies have done before is try to do this at the executive, and that was really a derivative of the price being too high. So what coaches did is they went into large organizations, they'd stay at the executive level, they'd charge a lot, and you really couldn't filter it through the organization. So we took the opportunity to get the cost out of the system, to make it affordable, and then that allows us to scale it across an organization. And for a CEO or a head of HR, you can offer it to everybody. You don't have to pick and choose who your favorites are. You can now offer it to the entire organization.
That's incredible. And I can only imagine that LegUp has been probably grown like a weed over the last couple of years. But tell us a little bit about your experience during COVID and the challenges and the opportunities that may have appeared.
Well, look, COVID affected everybody around the world, and still is today. So having it be there and understanding how to deal with it, I think, is important. Uh, for us, very early on, we had a handful of customers, very large customers, that said, "Hold on, we're not sure what we're going to do with COVID. We're going to have to wait to
Mhm.
see how we're going to implement your services." So for us, we took a back seat. We did lose some customers originally, or paused. They paused for about a year. And then ultimately, those customers that paused have become customers recently, as they realized that they actually needed our service more than they had understood at the beginning of COVID.
Yeah.
So I think that's one area. I think the other area is, as we pivoted, Bant, we started to think about how do we create a holistic product that combines coaching and mental health. So it wasn't until COVID started that we realized, my goodness, we have to have some space for anxiety, depression, stress, trauma,
Mm.
for employees to be able to get that care, that level of care. And so during 2020, we started building a mental health network across the country.
Wow.
And so not only do we own and operate a coaching network globally, but we have a US therapist-led network and digital app included for all of our customers in talent insurance. And so it starts with customers saying, "Hey, let's pause," which doesn't make you feel great. Uh, those customers came back,
Yeah,
and
but
then
I mean, I think that captures that change is that fundamental shift. It's like the key watershed moment where something like this went from being the nice to have to being the need to have, right? And the need to have is as we've all evolved rapidly into kind of these digitally hybrid types of businesses, these solutions like leg up become so much more important because they are kind of the cohesive glue of the new enterprise. I mean, that's kind of how I look at it.
yeah, I couldn't agree more. And we customize this for every employer. So
Mm.
this is a one size fits one. We customize coaching pools, we customize programming. Everything is designed by usually the head of HR, or the president CEO of the organization. And you're able to put your strategic stamp on how you want all of your employees to behave. And I think that's a key differentiator for us, is not only are we focused on the employees, but we're also focused on the strategy of the organization and making sure that everything matches up.
So, I mean, now that I see the value of the product and I'm very excited about what you're building, Tell me a little bit about what you're seeing in the horizon. Any new innovations that are coming into the system, or what are your thoughts for the future?
Well, there's a couple of thoughts. Number one, we've just rolled out talent insurance across the country, and we're seeing a terrific uptake from small employers. Those with under 100 employees around the country are really looking at us as a viable product that they're putting in place today. So I think just that growth in that particular product segment is hugely innovative. Most of these
Mhm.
services were only ever offered to large enterprise customers with 10,000 employees or more. So that is a big innovation in and of itself. I think number two is really that brokers and insurance brokers that provide medical and dental and vision benefits to our companies and support us from a consulting standpoint. This is the channel that's really going to support the growth in talent insurance and really provide mental health and performance to us as employers. And so that channel is supremely important. And I think that's innovation for them. They're very traditional in many ways in terms of what they've been able to deliver. And I think
Yeah.
this product gives them something different to think about.
I,
And
I,
then
lo- I
third,
love the phrase talent insurance. I mean, that's just a brilliant way of describing it. And with your background in the insurance space, are you applying kind of any aspects of that commercial model in the way you're thinking about this?
we are. So we are actually uh, building actuarial and underwriting models to be able to take the cost out of the system for our employer customers,
Wow.
just like an insurance product does on the medical side or dental, for example.
Wow, that's truly innovative. I mean, I can completely see how kind of the elements that we're talking about, which support mental health, healthy mental health, support well-being, can obviously have a broader impact on talent insurance and talent well-being. It's a wonderful idea. Tom, thank you so much for telling us more about LegUp today. If someone wanted to find out more about what you guys are delivering, where should they go to find it?
And you can find us really easily at leggup.com. There is a request a meeting, request a demo button, and we typically get back to everybody same day. So if you're looking to have a chat, we can certainly get our team involved and have a chat from that angle.
That's great. Well, we've been speaking with Tom Finn. Tom is the co-founder and CEO of LeggUp, which is a truly innovative professional coaching and employee well-being platform. We've seen a lot of focus over the last couple of years on the topic of well-being. Over the last year, a lot of discussion about mental health. And here's a great example of a company that's delivering a very powerful scaled solution to help enterprises with that solution. So Tom, thank you so much for being on UNCAGED today and look forward to having you back.
Hey, Ben, thanks so much for having me. And thank you very much for being a customer. We appreciate your business.
Absolutely. Cheers.